Hi, I'm Cindy Harrison. I'm a decorative artist and I've been teaching painting for 20 years. And it's all about color for me. So today I've invited the crazy kale lady, Sandie Sanchez, over to talk about how she colors her plate and how we all should follow her example. She's also known as a certified Sandie, and she'll explain exactly what that means today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is fun. So what should I do? Should I just go ahead and introduce myself, who I am, all that good stuff?
You can explain why you're called Certified Sandie and exactly what that means and doesn't mean.
Okay, well, I started broadcasting on Periscope. And I am a type 2 diabetic, and I use that in my little intro, and I tell everybody, you know what, I'm a type 2 diabetic, and I love to share the information with you guys and just everything that I have researched and put forth and put into place to make myself healthier, but I cannot, give any medical advice. So I'm only certified to be Sandie. So it came up in the comments, and one of my viewers has always said that I'm certified Sandie. So that's it. I'm just certified Sandie, and really sometimes I could be certified. So that's it. That's how I got to be certified Sandie.
So now, how did you get started on this whole foods diet, and explain what whole foods diet really means?
Okay. Well, a whole foods diet, first of all, starts out with you're just eating foods as close to their natural state as possible. So when I did first start, it was about 3.5 years ago that I was diagnosed type 2 diabetic. I was overweight, obese, sedentary, and I felt at my worst. It was just, I didn't want to get up in the mornings and do anything. I couldn't really keep up with my kids, and I only had 2. I mean, some people have, but I just, that's when I woke up and I said, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I was on medications. And I did not, I knew somehow, grace of God just really said to me, hey, the medications are not working. So how about trying to find a new approach? And so that is when my light bulb went on, and I just really got deep into researching what type 2 diabetes was and how to heal my body from that in a different way than medication. And I did a lot of research on Google. I went to libraries, the books, the ebooks, the seminars, all of those things. Really, I just spent time doing it. And then I also put forth the suggestions. I started doing juicing. I did some raw food dieting. I did a bunch of different things and just played around with all of them, and to see what, I ended up seeing what would fit for me and my diabetes, my type 2 diabetes, because everybody's is different. The reaction is different to foods. So when I found juicing, and I really enjoyed juicing, I could feel, just the cells being nourished and stuff, but it would still spike my blood sugar, and I would still have the effects that I didn't want to have. So I ended up finding green smoothies. Green smoothies, the difference is that the fiber is there. You don't, separate the fiber from the juice. And so the fiber slows absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, and I could do it. So that is when I was going crazy on Facebook. My friends thought I was psycho because I would post pictures of kale and all my green smoothies. And, they were like, oh, what is this chick doing? Oh my goodness. Sandra, hi. What is she doing? Why is she doing this stuff? And so really, that's what I started, making those changes. And I got pictures all the time back from my crazy friends, different things of kale. Every joke about kale came back to me, just all of that fun stuff. So I ended up just really going back to basics. And the basics were, here's the food that was put on the earth to create, that we were created to eat. And when you go back to that, I always use the analogy of the Garden of Eden, like when we were there, basically when people were just created, there's the garden, there was plant food everywhere. There was not medication. So, my mindset was just so get back to the basics, get back to the foods the way they're supposed to be. So eliminating things, eliminating all the processed foods, eliminating all the sugars, and just kind of everything that wasn't as natural as it should have been. And that's when my body started to benefit from that. So did I answer the question? It kind of went off.
So you were able to come off of medication because you were eating proper?
Right, exactly. Now, I'll tell you that I am, what it is, I was, for type 2 diabetes, I was just taking metformin, which I shouldn't say just metformin, but it is the medication that some people do insulin as well. I do not do insulin, but I wasn't there yet, you know, and thank goodness I didn't get to that point. But if I am not in control of my diet, even right now, you know, say I went off and had a box of donuts or anything, I need that metformin because I still am a type 2 diabetic. It hasn't, you know, like it's in control from my foods, from what it is that I eat. So I need to be in control of what's going in my mouth, you know, and what I'm looking at the end of my fork, is it nourishing my body or is it bringing it down?
So when they say that you should eat a rainbow, what are they really, I mean?
Well, what you want to eat a rainbow of is because you want to get the rainbow of nutrients in your body to your cells. If you continuously, I think of the analogy of like when you're exercising, if you're continuously doing the same exercise day in and day out, you're only working the same muscles, you're not getting the full on benefits of working all of the other muscles in your body. So the rainbow of not fruit flavors, not the Skittles commercial, not that kind of rainbow.
Sprinkles, the sprinkles.
Yeah, the sprinkles, yep, like Sanders sprinkles. You know, the rainbow, you're just getting so many different nutrients from each color that, I mean, just to be able to have as many as we can per day is amazing. So that's what they mean about eating. So making sure that you're eating lots of color. I mean, sometimes you'll look at like different meals, and or like if you look at gosh, I don't even know what it is, but sometimes there'll be like French fries and then a fried piece of fish, or you know, a potato. There's no color there, you know, there's just no, so you know you're not looking at anything nourishing on that plate. Well, I mean, the potato could be, but the fried, you know. But now you're looking at a salad and you've got the greens and the onions, red onions, and you know, the red and yellow bell peppers. You've got all of this stuff just building, and all this color with so many nutrients that your body is just going to absorb and use properly and nourish your cell with, and just, you know, get you from the inside out.
You know, you talking about a no color plate, and my daughter, when my daughters became teenagers, I said, you're in charge of one meal a week. And so the oldest one is like, I'm only going to make what I eat, and that's going to be the meal. So I would get the plate and I'd look down at it, and we'd have mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, and I forget what the other white. Yes, probably. It probably was. The whole plate was just one big, yeah.
Yeah, believe me, I've been there, done that. My mom used to prepare the food for us like that. And that's the thing, is that, you know, we need the education. You know, we've been all of our lives taught to eat this type of food thinking it was nourishing. And you know what? When our grandparents ate that stuff, the nutrients were there. Right now, we're nutrient deplete. So it's not the same food.
They ate what they grew, just like what you're doing. They ate what they grew.
Right. Yeah.
So the processed foods are the stuff you want to stay. If you can't, is that one of those things? If you can't pronounce it, don't put it in your mouth, kind of thing.
If it's not sitting, you can't put that in your cabinet. You know, you can't take it out of your fridge and use it as an ingredient. Then no, you do not want to be put in your mouth. Exactly. Nothing processed. You know, get rid of those refined sugars as much as possible. It's just addiction. You know, it just ends up being an addiction. So yeah, definitely getting rid of those things were key.
So if you're getting rid of the refined sugars, what do you add? What sweeteners do you use if you need to make something sweet?
Mm-hmm. Well, I do use some stevia, and I just found out that I should not be using the kind of stevia that I am using. So now I need to switch that up. See, and we're getting information all the time. And so that's something that we need to keep on top of too. So literally, I just learned that last night. So liquid stevia is what we're supposed to be using. And of course, you know, organic. But so I've been using that. I have gotten to the point where I have used food and gotten used to the taste of food without having sweeteners. But sweeteners would come from, you know, a little bit of fruit, maybe some dates, you know, depending on what it is, you know, what I would sweet. But usually mainly I've gotten used to just eating the food and liking the food for what it is, and not to having to sweeten it too much.
Oh, that's okay. Because I mean, to me, I'm thinking stevia is processed. If I mean, but
Exactly, and that's what I learned last night. Certain types. So they're still, well, first of all, when they're processed, the powdered kinds, this is what I was explained to me last night, was the powdered kinds have the GMO corn in it, and so there's corn powder. So that's why we don't want that. But the liquid kind doesn't, and it isn't as processed as whatever. But you know what? If you can grow your own stevia plant, that's even best, because yes, that is natural. You're using a plant that you've grown, maybe no pesticides or anything, but you can use the actual stevia leaf. And if you've ever tried a leaf of stevia, it's so super sweet. It's amazing. I had tried it a couple of years ago and I started growing it too, and it's amazing. So yeah, that's one of those plants we grow too. So definitely grow it if you can.
oh. I mean, you'd have to be in a certain climate, or I mean, some of these things can they be grown in all of the United States, or are they?
Yes, I think that they can be. I'm sure that there's probably, I think stevia doesn't have a season. I think it's always available, and maybe you just bring it indoors. You can do it indoors. I did mine indoors because I was in Arizona when I grew it, and it was everything died in Arizona.
So I have some questions on like the fruits and vegetables. I mean, there's you go to one kind of program and they say 5 fruits and vegetables, and another program would say 8 or whatever, 16. I've heard all these kind of numbers, and I know you're not a medical certified person. You're just Sandie, but but what do you try to do in your daily routine? How many servings of fruits, how many servings of vegetables, or are they combined?
Well, the vegetables are definitely as high as possible, because that I know is where I'm getting most of my nutrients. So plant food is number one, and as much as I can eat it, I'm going to eat as much as I can per day. Fruit, because of me being a type 2 diabetic, I do keep the fruit low. But anybody who's not a type 2 diabetic, I mean, I'm still not going to tell you go overboard, because sugar is sugar. It is a natural sugar. No matter, I mean, we all have blood sugar levels, whether we're type 2 diabetic or not. And everybody can be affected and maybe not even have type 2 diabetes. So, but what I would definitely say is, again, keeping that rainbow of colors, not always having just bananas or just, strawberries, but just, again, switching it up. But on a daily basis, for me, I'm very, very low with fruit for me. Usually a half of a banana in a smoothie. If I do an orange, it's a half of an orange, but I'm definitely getting in all my citrus, within my lemon waters. I'm definitely getting in lots and lots of plants, just definitely the lettuces and any other type of plant food I'm really doing in abundance to get. And then, of course, in the color, bringing in as much color as possible on a daily basis. So when you're saying about, different plants have, different fruit things, and it is because of the sugar. It depends on what plan it is that someone is following that is formulated to work the way that they say it's going to work. With me and just promoting whole foods, I think that, when I promote whole foods, I don't even give an outline. The thing of it is everybody needs to figure it out for themselves. What's going to make you feel good? But I don't want it all being fruit. I want you guys to make sure that you're getting everything together, and if you're going to do meat, clean meats, you definitely want to have those meats that are, pesticide free and all that good stuff too, but when you're doing the fruits and vegetables, I want an array. I want all the colors and I don't want too much of the fruit.
So for a person like myself and my family, we're starch lovers. We love anything starchy, unfortunately white, but we noticed that years ago we were told, that a potato is better if it's like a sweet potato. So what is the difference between eating a sweet potato or a regular potato?
Well, you're going to get benefits from all. Those are definitely whole foods, but Sandra loves the sound of my blender. But I say go for the color, and the reason why you go for the color is because there are more nutrients in there, and you're going to get more minerals and just all of those good benefits from it. And you do want to keep those starches to a minimum, you know, a lot of the times, you know, and it's really because it's a cooked vegetable. And the more you cook the vegetable, the less you have as far as nutrients to go into your body. But then, of course, it's higher in a sweet potato or a yam. You've got that great color that is also giving you more nutrients.
So are there actually, I mean, sweet potato versus a white potato, but are there actually other carbs that are better? If you have to have a carb, what carbs would you say would be a better, healthier choice?
Well, I definitely would say first and foremost, just stay away from anything refined, which is going to be those white flours and all those things. So brown rice, quinoa is not really even a carb. Actually, there's a lot of carbohydrates in quinoa. So quinoa is good, but it's very high in protein too. So when I do those types of things, it definitely is like the sweet potato, yam, or brown rice, the quinoa, and that's double duty quinoa. But if you are type 2 diabetic, it does have quite a bit of carbs, and so you just definitely want to do that in small amounts. And then, of course, always checking your sugar, because what I can do, you might not be able to do, or vice versa. So, yeah, so definitely staying in those if you're going to do starchy things like that, but really kicking out the refined carbs, which are those boxed foods, those foods that come, you know, in cans and are not really fresh, that are made for shelf life, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of additives to keep them preserved.
Totally. Too much. Too much.
So the next question I had was, we still need some fat in our diet.
We do.
So how do you get your healthy fats into you? What do you?
You said the key word right there, Cindy, is healthy fats. Okay, and healthy fats are things like avocados. They took those out of jail, guys. The avocados, almonds. You know, they did that with the eggs too. But almonds, avocados, coconut oil, those types of things are the healthy fats that our bodies recognize and know how to distribute when it's in our bodies and we've eaten them. You know, there was that point where everybody's, oh, you can't do almonds, you can't do avocados because it's so fattening. When back in the 80s, you know, they were just like everything light, fat-free, you know, and I used to think when I first changed over, I'm like, you know what, the fat-free was not right. You know, they shouldn't have said that, because you get the fat for free. And the reason you get the fat for free is because when the things that they were taking the natural fats out of it, the products, they were removing the natural fats in with chemicals. And the chemicals are, you know, usually the high fructose corn syrups, those types of things. That is when we hang on to fat. You know, our body knows what to do with a whole food, and it distributes it. And so it goes to break that down first, because our cells need it. So it's not stuff that we hang on to. It actually gets used, and then whatever we don't use gets eliminated. So adding those healthy fats. And a lot of the times, if I'm going to make a smoothie and it's going to be my meal, the butter filter count is
I know, I saw that.
oh my gosh, I actually just ate avocado and almonds.
Our lunch wasn't so boring.
No, that's so funny. But, you know, that's good, Sandra, about the avocado and the almonds. The almonds gave you protein, and that avocado gave you that healthy fat, and you got fiber from those almonds. And you know, it's amazing to know that it's almost 1 gram of protein per almond. You don't need very much, but you're getting fibers, and now you're getting the healthy fat. So that's not a bad lunch. You know, a little bit of salt on the avocado, you're good. That's not bad. It's filling too. And that when you shake the bag.
Fiber. As a fiber.
It's so crazy. Okay, well, you don't need that many. So much fiber. Anyhow, so the healthy, the smoothies, like you're going to do a green smoothie, you know, I added some coconut oil liquefied, because then it'd just be a bunch of chunks in the smoothie, or that half of an avocado. Those types of things will bulk up a smoothie and make it a meal, because you've got the healthy fats added into there.
So where's the protein in your smoothie?
In my smoothies, well, first and foremost, I do add a protein smoothie, and it's plant-based. It's a protein pack. But if you don't have that, almonds are a perfect thing to add to any kind of nut butter that's going to give you that protein. You can add chia seeds. You're going to get protein from that. People think that we need to have so much protein in our diets, and it's not even that true. I mean, it's really not. The amount that they think we have as opposed to what we really need is amazing. The problem with a lot of the numbers being so high with that is because, you know, a lot of people will tend to use meat as their protein. Our body, we don't have enough stomach acids to digest the amount of meat that we consume. So our body has to work so much more. And it's kind of like the whole depletion of, you know, the food that we have. We used to be at 5 servings a day. You know, that was the recommended amount. Now it's 7 to 13 servings. And the reason is because we don't have the same nutrient value in our produce because of the soil as we did back then. So we need so much more to meet that same requirement now than we did before. So, yeah, so I think I just went off on a little tangent there. I have no idea.
Which brought up another question, that a lot of people making their protein shakes, they do add like peanut butter, for instance. Like my daughter would love to put peanut butter in everything. Yeah. I'm not a peanut butter fanatic, and I found that I end up being allergic to it. I have some swelling in my neck when I eat it. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just it's annoying. And I found if I don't eat peanut butter, I don't have it. So it must be the peanut butter.
Yeah, good. There you go.
So that's all I could contribute it to. So what happens if a person has a deathly, you know, allergy to peanuts or nuts? You know, because there's different kind of nuts, and people have allergies to one, not the other, some to all. Right. How would they make how would they get their protein in their smoothie? Or
well, I would definitely say you can move over to seeds too. There's seed butters, there's different sunflower butters, you know, things like that, and you can get a little protein from there. Definitely add lots more leafy greens, because you do get great amounts of protein from kale, spinach. Those types of things are adding protein, and they're bioavailable. Again, your body knows how to break it down. Oatmeal, a lot of people can put rolled oats directly into. You can even put cooked quinoa into your smoothies. I don't know. I haven't tried that yet, but I do have a friend that does that, and I'm just afraid. But there are several plant-based ways that you can get your protein in there, and definitely we're looking into that. But just again, the seeds, the superfoods, those types of things generally have more protein in them, and you can add those to your smoothies.
Okay, that helps. There's a talk about a supplement program I heard some people on Snapchat talking about. Is the Juice Plus? Juice Plus?
Well, that's the one that I talk about. I know that others use others. Now, the reason I do use Juice Plus, and Juice Plus is where I started with the Tower Garden that we were talking about earlier. We have that as a product, as well as our whole food capsules, and then we have the protein smoothies. We call them smoothies. It's a protein drink. But the reason why I went with Juice Plus as a company is because I did all that research beforehand, and I knew that the bottom line was fruits, vegetables, you know, whole foods, and not synthetic anything. So what sold me is that Juice Plus is just whole foods. They carry a nutrition label, and as opposed to a supplement label. So that nutrition label means it's a food. It's labeled as a food. So it does start from the juicing of fruits, vegetables, and berries. And then what happens is they're dehydrated at a very low temperature so that they can continue to retain all of the nutrients. And then they're placed in a capsule form or even a chewable form. And that is the stuff that is the antioxidant rich. If we took all the water out of our bodies, and once we're gone, basically we're dust, right? Well, it's the same thing with the fruits and vegetables. And so that was the analogy that just got me, was like, oh, okay, it's real food. It's not anything synthetic to make it be like a food. And it doesn't have tons of, you know, things added to the label to say, okay, we need to add this because this reaction needs to happen with this one because, you know, we need to do this. And then all the synthetic stuff happens. And there's a huge list of ingredients that don't really need to be in our bodies. You know, I like to go to the source, get my stuff from the source, you know, my vitamins and my minerals. I don't take a multivitamin. I actually do think that that's not safe. But at the same time, I don't get that. I get it from the source, you know, as much as possible. So Juice Plus, in my eyes, was the winner because it was a whole food, and it could prove to me there were studies on it. There's not many studies, and many companies that have published peer-reviewed studies on what the product is and what it can do. And so that sold me. I was just all over it. So that's why I use and promote Juice Plus. And they also do the protein drink. And it's not a smoothie. It's not a meal replacement. It's just giving you the protein and the superfoods and just adding to. Bridging the gap. It doesn't take away. You still need to eat your fruits and vegetables. It's just bridging the gap from what we should be eating, or what we are eating, to what we should be eating.
So what's the difference between your whole foods lifestyle and a vegan lifestyle?
Well, whole foods can still include meat. And I think first of all, I think that I'm not trying to say this in any way here at all, because I judge not. But vegan, I believe, is a lifestyle. And so it includes a lot of other things beyond food, not using leather products. Their vegan lifestyle is more like, I'm trying not to sound so insensitive, because I'm not convicted in that way, but
it's a different lifestyle, like you said, though. I mean,
it is, they're very much into the animals and things like that. And while I love animals, my convictions don't hold me that strong in that direction. What holds me strong is I need to be healed. And this plant food, which I love vegan recipes, I have to say that, when I search for recipes on Pinterest or wherever, I look at vegan recipes, because I know that there's going to be tons of plant food with amazing recipes attached, So what I do is, I would say that I'm more plant-based. I do eat some meats here and there. I do feel better when I don't, but that's personally me. But I'm not so, and I also think that because I know how our digestion works, that works in my mind too. So the meat thing, gets me dairy. I don't do dairy for that reason too. Although I love cheese, and that's really hard. So I'm a real person at the same time, with not so much willpower.
The vegans don't use the cheese. The vegans don't use eggs.
They do nothing with animals. I eat not even honey.
No byproduct from any living thing.
Right.
Okay.
It seems like they're more conscious of, and not that I'm not, being nice to the animals, because of course, I don't want any animal tortured. You know what I'm saying? I totally agree, but I think they're very conscious of it, whereas I'm not at that point yet. Maybe not ever. I don't know, but that's just the difference there. So I'd say I'm more plant-based than anything.
So you said you had a way. You say keep healthy simple.
Yes, keep healthy simple. That's like my little thing.
So how do we, and say I am not a Whole Foods, I knew it, all of that.
Yet.
Not yet. I'm working on it. I got my burnt kale, but
I'm gonna work on perfecting the kale chip, okay?
That's what I do best. I burn things. But so how would you recommend a person start this? I mean, because obviously having a total changeover is not an easy thing for anybody. How to change, and if you have a family and you're feeding a spouse and children, changing that all at once is a lot. It's a lot to take on. But how would you make small changes? And also too, for the affordability, because organic, and my thing is, every time I go into the store and I see organic, I see a price hike, and it's like, how can they prove to me, is organic, when it says organic, where's the guarantee that it really was grown organically? Are they just able to slap that word on there and charge more money, or do they have to go through a certain federal process, food process to get that label?
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the organic. So the organic, yes, they do have to go through rigorous testing. I believe that I read that it was almost 3 years for a company to be able to go from start to finish, from all of the testing that they have to do, however, what increments that they do it.
It's Jonathan's fault. Sorry.
So it takes almost 3 years to do that, and it's not cheap. It is very expensive. So for a small grower to say, I'm going organic, they better have some backing and time, because really, and there's not many, you know, because really it's all the big people that will say, I'm going to be certified organic. So no, they can't just take that label and put it on there if they do not have proof that their product is certified organic. And certified organic also means that it's starting as non-GMO, so non-genetically modified organisms. I believe that's what the O is. Genetically modified organisms. So those are the things that are key, and that it helps us as consumers, if we want to purchase that, to know that we're looking for that label, that federal label that says, you know what, they went through all of this testing. We have tested it. They have passed everything. They've paid the fines. They paid the dues. And yes, this is a product that we have found to be, you know, good from beginning to end. It's hard that, you know, like with the smaller growers, like if you go to a farmer's market or something like that, they can't say that they're certified organic, but they do say that they're sustainable. And then of course, talking to them, knowing them, and they do pride themselves in being sustainable. And they do say, oh, I do less pesticides, and they do open up their farms and their places for you to come and take a look. Well, at least here in California, they do, because they know that the demand is there. And they do add price hikes because they have other things that, like the certified ones, they have to pay for all that testing. It's not free, you know, so that's where our money is going. Mm-hmm. So not every time, you were saying about the affordability as well, it's very hard because it is expensive, and if you're feeding a big, large family. So I definitely say to look up at, maybe if we can type this in there. I wouldn't know how to do it, actually.
Okay, you tell me.
Okay, so EWG.org. So environmentalworkinggroup.org. Okay.
Jenny got
it. There you go. Thank you, Coach Jenny. Yeah, and what they do is they compiled these lists, and it's called the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. And they go through the fruits and veg, and it changes every year. And this year they've added strawberries to the Dirty Dozen. But what they do is they'll take like the Dirty Dozen. There's 12, and then there's usually some added on. 12 different products that if you're going to consume them, they need to be organic, because they have the highest amount of pesticides. Apples, number one. One apple has been tested by the EWG for up to 48 different residues of different pesticides. Can you believe they tested 700 apples and 48 different residues of pesticides on the apples? Well, just think of the waxing that they have to go through, and just there's different types, you know, and these are conventionally and domestically grown. So, I mean, conventionally grown, but they, it's just amazing. So definitely hook up with EWG, because they've given the most information about this. And so they give the Dirty Dozen. The Clean 15 are the ones that have the least amount of pesticides, or don't even need pesticides at all, so that you can save some. It is depressing, you're right, because so you can save some money, because there are ways that, you know, like I think I found it on the EWG saying that avocados don't need to be organic, and so yay, because they're like $3 an avocado, you know. Sometimes they can be. And I live right here in Southern California. We live next to the city called Fallbrook, which is the avocado capital of the United States, and we don't even get those avocados. Those avocados go everywhere else. It's so sad. You know, SoCal in the house. There you go. So, you know, Jenny, where are you from? So definitely, you know, knowing what you do and do not have to buy organic, and you don't, and then, oh, you just moved to LA. Awesome. Yeah, I'm down in northern San Diego County. So probably about 2.5 hours south of you. So, you know, knowing those things, and that EWG, it just helps so much. That website has been my go-to for so long. And what I do is I screenshot those little, you know, the pictures, and I have it on my phone. So when I go shopping, and if it's on the list, I know, and I can refer to that screenshot saying, okay, do I need to buy this year on, you know, because it's organic. Sad thing of it is that most of those ones on the Dirty Dozen is what I eat all the time. So there's very few I can get away with, but you know, that the expense portion of it is hard. And so EWG helps people like us that need that help to make the better decisions. And I'll tell you, you know, we've got a couple paychecks a month, and there's one paycheck I cannot do all organic, and I just have to live with that, but I'm still getting my plant food. You know, don't have, I mean, like, with retrospect, I mean, with respect in the fact that I don't suffer so much from the pesticides, more so type 2 diabetes. But so to have that one paycheck doesn't bother me in such a huge way that I'm okay with it. Like, that's how I feed my brain with the information to be able to do it. But I mean, we have to do it. I mean, some people have really large families and there's only a few things they can do organic, but still keep getting the plant food, finding the ways. Also, when you get into your grocery stores, depending on your grocery store, I have one here, and a lot of the times they're getting rid of the organic because it wasn't sold. It's the same price as the ones that are full of pesticides. So knowing your store, knowing that you're, definitely able to get something that might be going, of course, you're going to have to work it into your weekly meal plan, but to use it right away. But knowing your store too, when they put things aside, and that the pricing and all that good stuff might be effective. So it's almost a job, but it's worth it. So we've touched on the organic stuff. Now, you asked me a few questions, and now I don't remember what was before the organic
being
stuff.
Affordable. Do I still have an echo? Do you hear an echo?
A little bit.
Okay. Might have to refresh. So you touched on being affordable by going to the EWG and seeing which ones they would prefer you, if you're going to be healthier, buy the organic. Those, but if some of them, they don't have to be organic. You touched on that. Small changes. Where do I begin?
Okay. Well, first of all, you can always go over to my website. I have foundational stuff there. A little shameless plug, but I do have some foundational keys. But
what is your website? We'll put it in.
CrazyKaleLady.com.
CrazyKaleLady.com.
Right. So you mentioned it actually in the question, is small changes. Thank you. So it's small changes, and really, we call that like one simple change at a time. Oh, right there in that picture, those are the Juice Plus capsules. I don't know if you can see those capsules up to the side right there. But anyway, making those simple changes. Those simple changes can be, the big four things are, you want to make sure you're hydrated. You want to make sure you're eating healthy. You want to make sure you're active. And then also making sure that you're getting your rest. I mean, rest is part of the plan. So those four things are kind of the foundational things. And so why not take one step at a time, and maybe set a goal for 1 week and start drinking your recommended amount of water. Today's Water Wednesday. Do you know that we're supposed to be drinking half of our body weight in ounces per day of water? And that seems like a lot. Depends on how much we weigh, right? So really, that seems like a lot, but if you feel, because maybe we're drinking too much soda or sugary drinks, well, let's just cut down on those. Let's cut back and replace it with water. And let's, for the week, work our way into drinking the water. And that's all I'm going to say to you for a week. And then next week, let's continue drinking our water, and let's, I don't know, go for a 15-minute walk on Monday, and by Friday, let's make it to 30 minutes. So now you're drinking your water, you're getting your activity, and it doesn't have to be a week. If you need a month to do it, then fine. Any step forward, but I want you to be stepping forward. I want you to be making progress. I don't want to say, day 1 of April, you're going to be walking 15 minutes and still at 15 minutes on April 30th. No. We need you to keep moving. And so I say week because it seems to be that's the type that usually is a good time to do changes. The big change is the healthy eating, and healthy eating might take the month because healthy eating encompasses so much. It has eliminations and additions, so we can do that. So we have time, you guys. We don't need to be skinny or not, for whatever reason on the weekends. And actually, I don't even promote being skinny because I'm not even skinny. I never got into this to be skinny. I did not want to worry about the weight. It was more so of being healthy, feeling good, and keeping up with my kids, or keeping there for my kids, Yeah. So you can make these small changes, and it just takes a little bit of time, and got it, and why not take advantage of that and do it small? You can also do what I've done and jump right on in and have a full-blown detox in 30 days. But
detox, you have one of those going on right now, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I usually have a few of them going on at once, but because I lead so many different groups. But detox doesn't mean like I'm going to make you just drink water all weekend long and you're going to be all, dying. I know that at one point, if Sandra was still here, she was doing a 10-day detox. And, those are the things that I would say would be more of a jump start. But detox doesn't mean 10 days, weekend, water only, juice only to me. To me, because I know how our insides work and how the livers work, detoxing is every single day, and you're detoxing with your plant foods. And of course, it gets all scientific from there. But, so there, you can take it slow or you can go fast. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. But ultimately, knowing what goal you want to reach and, what you want to put into getting towards that goal.
Oh. So I'm going to open up the seat now. If anyone wants to jump in and ask you any questions, you're more than welcome. The one more question I did have for you is water. How boring is that, right?
No.
But you've been telling us on Snapchat to have lemon in the water and on your Periscope. And so what is the health benefit to having the lemon in, you say, warm water, not hot, not cold?
I was going to say a little bit more specifically, what basically I do is I start each morning with a warm lemon water, and it's not hot and it's not cold, it's warm. And the first thing that I talk about is the temperature of the water being pretty much most important. I think I touched a little bit about saying that, during the evening, our bodies, when we're resting, they are naturally detoxing. And so they're working while we're resting unhydrated. So in the morning, the first thing before you do anything is to replenish your body. So give it that warm water. Insides are not hot, hot, hot. Our insides are not ice cold. It could be a shock if we're giving our bodies to our insides, ice cold water. So why not just gently wake it up and just give it be nice to our bodies? So the warmth of the water is really mostly important to just kind of gently wake up and rehydrate. The lemon works as basically a shot of antioxidant. And as I said this earlier when I talked about Juice Plus, is that, yes, people use essential oils in their waters, or that little plastic yellow, I don't even, shaped like a lemon. Who knows what's inside there? I don't think it's lemon juice, fresh lemon juice.
Okay. Okay.
That little plastic lemon.
A little plastic lemon, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they squirt that juice in their water?
Yeah. And you know what? I think it's out of convenience, because maybe in certain areas they might not have fresh lemons. And that happens, being back east, or just in certain areas, you might not even have accessibility to certain produce. So that was the alternative. But honestly, if you can get fresh lemon, I need you to have a fresh lemon, you guys. The antioxidants are in that citrus. It's so much better to have a shot, and it's a small amount. It's not a large amount, but again, bioavailable. Our bodies know what to do with it, disperses it, and uses it properly. It's so much better than taking a vitamin C even all the time, because what happens when you take vitamin C, or any vitamins, basically, unless your doctor has prescribed this, I'm not going to go against this, but really, this is what I was saying about the fake lemon. We want to get all of our nutrients from the source. When you're taking a vitamin C, usually, or any vitamin, you're peeing it out. Your urine is yellow. And that just means, whatever money you just spent on it, you just put it in the toilet.
The vitamin C is what is going through.
Yeah, and it's not being used. It's going through
your body.
Exactly. So you're just urinating it out. So when you eat like a salad, you don't have yellow urine, maybe an asparagus, I don't know. But like most of the point, when you have natural things, you don't have that. And of course you're detoxing using your water, and you're detoxing all of that out. You're having clear urine. And you're doing that because there's nothing to just get rid of. Your body's actually absorbing the nutrients. And so that's why I always say, if you can use your fresh lemon, please use the fresh lemon. And to have a shot of antioxidant every day, amazing. That just, if you're consistently doing that, just think of how much less sick you might be, just those types of things. Someone's saying, sometimes I have to use the plastic lemon because lemons, exactly. And that's what I was saying too. And also some people use essential oils. And really the only problem that I have is that I don't believe it has the antioxidants that a fresh lemon has. So really, honestly, sometimes I would say, surviving mayhem, I would even might just say, just drink some warm water. because I'm not sure what you're getting in that lemon, in that plastic lemon. Who knows what that is? It could just be fructose corn syrup flavored like lemon. I don't know. I don't know what the label says.
Yeah, wouldn't it have an ingredients label on it saying what's in there?
It should. I've not ever seen that actually on those things. Yeah, check.
I have a bottle of lemon juice, I guess, and it said on it that I even have to put the date I opened it, and it's only good for 8 weeks.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's good because there's probably very little preservative in it. And, you know, lemon is a preservative in itself. So that kind of makes sense, you know? So yeah, and it should say that, you know, you should have those little lemons and limes, you know, if they have anything, it's probably just like wrapped around the lid, kind of hanging off. Because I don't think that, because the shape of the bottle, I don't know that you could put, I guess you could put a label on there or anything. But
honestly, I've never seen it, but okay.
Me either. So good. So does that touch all of the, because that one question was loaded.
I know. It just rambled right off. But yeah, no, I am interested in eating better, eating healthier, and I might never be down to a size 10 again, but like you said, it's not about the size, it's about being healthy, it's about being able to have the energy levels to, you know, just maintain an active lifestyle, you know, whatever that is in my world.
Exactly. And it's different for everyone. And, you know, it's just so customizable because it is, you know, we are all different. We don't have the same issues. We don't have the same, you know, drive. So there's just so many different things. So like you said, it
says water, concentrate, lemon juice, sulfites, and yes, lemon oil.
Lemon oil. Well, the sulfites would be something as a preservative, but it could be a naturally occurring one. Concentrated lemon juice. I think the concentrated, yeah. So there are some things in there, and here's, we were saying earlier, you know, if it's an ingredient, so like say sulfites, is sulfite something you keep in your pantry to cook with? Do you want that? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the mentality and how I look at things if I'm looking at ingredients. But like I said, if you cannot get a lemon, I don't know that I would go straight to the fake lemon, you know, the little plastic lemon, mainly because of maybe that sulfites thing is kind of tripping me up, but just having the warm water. I mean, really, the only thing that you're not getting rid of, I mean, you're getting rid of with that lemon is just a small shot of antioxidant, which you can get throughout your day with plant food. Okay, you can get all that if you're going to be replacing, you know, just needs up it a little bit. It's really a small amount. So really, but what I'm thinking is more of the warm water to wake up your insides, rehydrate your insides. Oh, so she did say it was a lemon tag. So see, it was kind of hanging off the yeah, that's good. Well,
yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm assuming that's it. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm assuming you're a she. Can't see this small little thing there. Sorry. So yeah, I would just say probably if you can't get the fresh lemon, I would probably just drink some warm water. And just,
that's Vanessa.
Vanessa. Hi.
So I know I wake up every morning and I have a hot cup of tea, black tea with a little bit of skim milk in it. And I don't do sugar. I took sugar out of my tea probably 30 years ago. I did one of those things where I'm going to start using less and less sugar. And, yeah, so I did that. So yeah, people are like, oh, how can you do stuff without sugar? You know, but you get used to it and it's okay. But I do a lot of that now, good, bad, and different. I mean, every time someone tells you don't like chocolate, eat chocolate, it's good for you. Don't eat chocolate, it's not good for you. You know, so how do you like, where decide?
Well, definitely who said chocolate? Sandra piped up. Chocolate was one of those things that I am a chocoholic. My name is Sandie, and I'm a chocoholic. But really, I love chocolate. And before I changed my lifestyle, I was a Snickers bar addict. I had to have the king size Snickers. Like it lasted. every day I was having some sort of a Snickers. I love chocolate. But I did start changing that because I knew that those ingredients, first of all, were not ingredients that I kept in my pantry and cooked with it and, added it to my soup or anything like that. So I had to get rid of those. Those were, first of all, my addiction. And secondly, they were not nourishing my body. So I had to look at things differently, that whatever I put in my mouth had to be something that was going to be nourishing and not like a convenience food or an addiction or what have you. It had to meet the standard of it being nourishing because my goal was to be healthy. So I did read and find out that dark chocolate is healthy for you. So I had to work into that because that's a huge change from milk chocolate to dark chocolate.
It's very bitter. Yeah.
It's a humongous change. So it made my day. So the higher on the percentage amount of a dark chocolate that you go, the healthier that it is. I need to stick around 70%, so I don't have as much of it as I want to, but there are ones that are 95%. It's just so strong for me. I personally can't do that high of a percentage, but what it is it doesn't have the dairy in it. It's straight from the cacao. It's not like whereas the milk chocolate has the dairy and all of the syrups and things like that to make it that way. So you're getting the natural. So like I said, if you're going to do chocolate, work your way up, just like we do the simple change of working your way into making sure that you're getting your goal amount of water per day. Work your way up on the taste of chocolate. And like you said, you got rid of sugar in your tea and you got used to the actual tea. We get used to that. And the same thing with sugars and chocolates and things like that. So definitely work your way. Dark chocolate is amazing. And you know what's the best is dark chocolate with almonds. And you know what's even better? It's dark chocolate with almonds and sea salt. Let me tell you, those candy bars are like $4 a pop. So you make it last. That's another incentive, making it last, because they're like $4 each.
So especially if I use a little melt the dark chocolate and dip the small amount of with an apple, an organic apple.
Organic. Organic apple, and we're good. Yep.
I was going with the strawberry, but it would have to be an organic strawberry too.
Yeah, so they are added to the list this year. I'm telling you, it's terrible. But yes, making sure. But look at what a dessert that is. Oh, you grow your own. That's awesome. Wait, did you mean apples? Oh my gosh, you do. That's amazing. I love it.
I'm going to say, do you mean apples, Vanessa?
I think so. Not her own chocolate, no.
Well, you don't know where she lives.
Yeah, that's true.
Strawberries. Grows her own strawberries.
We're totally off.
Those are good. I tried that, but I have a family of deer in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
And they eat all my strawberries. They ate all the blueberries. They ate all the grapes, and they ate all the roses.
Oh. I guess it's natural. I don't know. That's weird.
If it's good enough for them, I suppose it'd be good enough for me if I ever could grow any. But anyways, so this is very interesting. And for anyone who doesn't know already, Sandie has a Periscope almost daily, right? Daily Periscope?
Mm-hmm. Monday through Friday.
And she also is on Blab in different forms.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't had my own blabs, although I will be starting those. But I just attend lots of blabs.
So, and now that there's people on here who do simultaneously a blab and a Periscope, or a blab and a Facebook Live, or something like that, so that you can do one and hit all of your platforms at the same time. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I need that one simple change. So we're going to work into that.
And do you also have you're on Snapchat and you give something to you give a lot. You give a lot.
I definitely give a lot, and I like to do that because I do get the engagement. Snapchat has been great. I mean, I love Blab. Blab is actually, I started on Periscope and I moved over to Snapchat just to try it because I'm an old lady going on Snapchat. That was my thing. Oh my gosh, I need to try this. Well, I love it. I'm actually addicted. The personal interaction is amazing, and I love how communities, whether it be Periscope, Blab, or Snapchat, we all kind of follow each other everywhere. I think that's amazing in social media. So it's not just one place. I think you get a different, feel for everybody in a different place. But yeah, Snapchat, I share a lot more of my personal, like everyday, all day type of stuff, my silliness, just and then I try to give, as much value as I can, no matter where I go, because I want you guys to know that it can be done, and it can be done simply. It doesn't have to be, so expensive. It doesn't have to be all at once. I want you guys to know what I learned, that, hey, if I could do it, I wish I had my pictures to show my before and after pic. Well, I shouldn't even say before and after, because before and now pictures, I mean, you can see me now, but, just to show the visual of, here's what I did, where I came from, and you guys can do it too. And I just love to encourage people. I just love to just kind of put people in the right direction and, help them figure out where it is that they need to be, and how to get there. And
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, so yeah, I do Periscope. I'm pretty much on every platform.
As the Crazy Kale Lady.
As the Crazy Kale Lady. Instagram has been my hardest one. Instagram, maybe can I drop the link here? It's my Instagram. Let me see if I can do it. Let me see. Because someone already took Crazy Kale Lady on Instagram.
Oh, they?
I know. They don't even use it. It just drives me crazy. So I had to put underscores.
Because they knew you were coming.
Yeah, it didn't work, huh? Wait, heads up, documents won't show in recordings. Oh, I see. Okay. So let's see. Is it working?
Do you also have a Pinterest account?
I do. So that didn't work. Why didn't that work?
Did you put it in the chat?
Oh, maybe I'll just do that. I was trying to put it in the other thing here. Okay, so let me put it in the chat. It is Crazy Kale Lady. I'm not very fast at this, and then I don't have my glasses on.
That's okay.
Sorry. And then I have to do the underscore. So Crazy Kale Lady with the underscores that's my Instagram. And I do share a lot of, so those are your visual recipes there, just inspiration, encouragement, and tips. Those are fun there. And my Pinterest has lots of great boards. The thing with Pinterest, I think we have to use capital letters, and I didn't know that when I set that up. Like, you actually have to do it. And it automatically went in as Crazy Kale Lady also, but each word was capitalized.
Okay.
All together.
So when you call it up, you're saying it's case sensitive.
It is. There you go. Case sensitive. Exactly. So Crazy Kale Lady on Pinterest, and it's hooked up to crazykaleLady.com. Yeah. So I try to make it easy for you, but if certain places don't make it, let me make it easy. So I try to make it easy. Crazy Kale Lady everywhere. So just look in Twitter, Crazy Kale Lady. So there's some place that you can always get a hold of me. I don't work every single platform. Like Pinterest is just, I put the boards there, and I rarely add to it, but I do have lots of people that add to it, which is great. I love when people add to them for me, And then Twitter, that's kind of like a voicemail for me. Leave your message here. But I'm mainly on Periscope and Snapchat, and I'm, like I said, I really love Blab a lot, and that's another place that I'm going to be starting up here soon.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to get on board with a detox, or just starts off slow and, turn your lifestyle over to a whole foods lifestyle, that you're the person who can definitely keep them on track and keep us all healthy.
Right.
That's awesome.
Sure.
That's so awesome. So we've got 2 minutes. Anyone have any questions at all? You want to come in and share anything with us about how you color your plate?
We talked about it all. I love Vanessa. You said her name was Vanessa, that she grows her strawberries. Those are great. That's amazing.
It is great.
Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you. You don't want to come in and say hello?
I know. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, on Snap. She's making
I don't think so. You show us just from here up, and it's okay. Yeah, right?
Your towel.
Take the towel off the head and put it around here, right?
We're okay with the head. Hold on. She said, hold on. We're going to see her. I love it.
Like for a while there, all you ladies had the towel wrapped around your heads.
I remember. What's funny about Snapchat is, oh, here she comes.
I'm supposed to be cleaning. I'm supposed to be cleaning right now.
Oh, that's like how Cindy was making kale chips, and she was supposed to be making kale chips, not burning them.
Now I got to eat them.
Wait a minute, is that coal?
Yeah. Charcoal.
So wait a minute, did you try to impress Sandy and you made kale chips with them?
I wanted to try them because everyone's been saying, "Oh, you have to try kale. Kale's great for you for all these reasons." And I'm like, I really don't want to do this, but okay. I think I tried them once. I wasn't impressed, but Sandie, you know, I'm having Sandie on. I got to try kale chips, right? Because I got to support Sandie and be healthy. I have to be
tell
healthy.
Sandie what you did? Did you tell Sandie what you did? You shouted her out to me on Snapchat?
No.
What the hell is she talking about? She's like, something green. I'm like, wrong Sandie, but okay. It was so funny. Good thing you didn't say, good thing you weren't talking about me, Cindy, or I would have busted you big time.
That would have been embarrassing. That would have been so embarrassing. But
it's a positive shout out, Sandie, but it came to me instead. So I'm like,
oh, hilarious. It was
I knew who she was talking about though. So I directed her the other way.
Yeah, but it was so, I tried to be a good doobie and I tried to make kale. Well, I have a reputation.
You do. That's what they say on Snapchat.
For burning things.
I
burn things. Don't ask me to put the oven or the stove on because I only know one temperature my husband says, and that temperature is high.
You stick to the paint, girl. You stick to the paint.
Yeah.
You stick to the.
I can do a salad though.
Yeah.
There you go.
You guys saw me on Snapchat. I did an awesome salad on Sunday. I did almonds, just roasted almonds, with a whole pear, a fresh pear, and I don't know if it was organic or not, but I sliced up the pear. Figs. I cut up some figs, put it over spring mix, and I had some balsamic vinegar dressing,
right,
and gorgonzola cheese.
I was just gonna say, where was the cheese? Where was the cheese? That's exactly good. Oh, I love it.
I loved it. It looked beautiful, and people, I'm like, I can do salad, and my guests are all my family. They're looking at me like, you know, and I said, hey, it's not burnt.
That's right.
Well, I have two things to say to your audience here. I'm impressed with both of you. You're both artists. One is a food artist and one is a paint artist. And the way that you bring color into your Snap stories and everywhere you are online is a way to inspire people, and it's pretty cool. And so I'm going to keep watching you. I'm going to keep spreading the word about both of you, and I'm pretty impressed. I mean, the first time I met Sandie, she was out at the Tower of Green. I'm like, what the hell is this lady picking from a tower? And then I saw Crazy Kale, and I saw we had the same name. So I'm like, this is kind of funny. But she made it so amusing, the story, and how she brought us different places, and very, very inspiring, very, very informative, and interesting. Who making food, specifically green kale, fun, is freaking talented. I'm just putting it out there. And then she gives me crap all the time when she snaps me blender shots because she hates blender, as they say in Boston. Blender. I think when I first started Snapchat, I put it out there. I go, I will not snap from them, and I will not freaking snap smoothies going on. Not happening. You'll see me with a face mask, with poop on my face, whatever, but not happening, those other two. So, yeah.
I do them for you. I'm honored, Sandra, for all your awesome words, because coming from you, like the creative guru over here, you know, thank you.
Nice.
Inspirational guru, yes.
Yes.
I haven't put, did you watch me today? I haven't put one snap out yet, and it's 4:00, not one.
Well, get on that.
Cindy, seriously, where have you been? I was telling Cindy I have a hard time with Snapchat because I'm on the West Coast. I mean, like, you guys have your whole stories done by the time I'm waking up.
Yeah, that's good.
And then I always have a big morning. You know, I homeschool my son, so at the same time, I can't really even get to my Snapchats until the afternoon. So I try, like, in between everything, to throw out some snaps, and then I don't really get to watch until after everything is done. You know, I'm just late to the game.
I'm cooking up something for this afternoon because I'm going to be home this evening with my daughter's doing some stuff, and my husband's out tonight. So I think I'm going to do a spin on Ask Me Anything, but I freaking hate Ask Me Anything because that's too common. You know me, I don't like common shit. So
I do the same.
I think it might involve One Direction again. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
I love it. Yeah, let's do it. I want to see that.
I'm kind of addicted to the boy band, so I might as well bring it back. Yeah.
Well, when you do Justin Bieber, let me know. Why all of a sudden he's popping up?
I was gonna do Bob Marley with, you know, the Green Day and the ganja, but I'm like, that shit might ruin my reputation, so I can't go there.
Well, we got the filter today, so
I never, just putting it out there. I've never smoked anything my entire life, not even cigarettes. So just putting it out there.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go.
Yeah, you got the dream going though. You should do something for Earth Day. I think it's Friday, right?
Yes, it is Friday. Yeah.
So it's going to be all about, you could be out picking things in the dirt somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder. We got to figure, you're right. I got to figure that out because a lot of people did their stuff this past weekend, like their events. Like they were, at Balboa Park and all that stuff doing the event.
Yeah,
so
it's actually Friday. It's Friday. Earth Day.
I know.
I thought it usually fell on Weed Day or whatever they call today.
Is that what today is? I don't know.
420. I'm like,
really? This is a Snapchat filter?
Yeah, 420. That's what Vanessa says.
Oh no, I thought Earth Day and Weed Day fell on the same day. It might some years, but Green Day.
I'm not up.
I like that group too.
But Earth Day is Friday, Sandy. So you should start teasing us. I bet you could do a nice little snap story on Earth Day.
Definitely. I know on Friday I'm going to hook up with Dr. Nikki and we're going to do fasting. A Friday, she does these fasting Fridays. And so that can be part of the story too. But yeah, definitely. You're right. I think you're right. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take you up on that.
You should dominate Snapchat on Earth Day, damn it. You could bring in.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
You could dress like as a carrot or a potato or I don't know. Dress as some kale.
A kale tip?
An avocado.
No, a kale bouquet, like
yeah, wear some kale across. Yeah. Oh my God.
Did they have an emoji of kale?
They
should.
Yeah.
They have avocado now, but not the kale.
They should. Oh my gosh.
So I have to say, why do they have a weed day?
Why not? Every other freaking.
Yeah, seriously.
I could actually put a cool spin on that. I could go out and pick my weeds and change the theme up a little bit just to be creative.
Yeah. Do it. Oh my God.
No, I hire people to do that.
Ladies, I'm gonna close the recording out. I want to thank everyone who has been here so far. Thank you so much, Sandy, for joining me and educating us on how to color our plates. And that next week I'm going to talk to Jeannie from from a garden center. She's also on Blab, and we're going to talk about flowers and the color meanings and flower meanings and bouquets, like in the Victorian days. So thank you for joining me and Replay people, and see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.